So we're actually managing day 2. Are you impressed? So from yesterday, my elbow is still a little sore. Oh. And I can't rest my arm on my centre console in my van, which is kind of doing me head in because it's how I like to drive. Also, I have a little bit of something embedded in the finger. That's that small, I can't get out, but it's definitely there. And I also learnt you shouldn't clean the side of your thread tap with the end of your thumb. Apparently cutting tools cut, but at least we don't have to service the T6 again for a while, so it's not all bad. Anyway, are we all gonna sing along? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've had a bit of a swap around the rooftops. There's one to go repaired. There's that one that's been repaired at the back, and there's the one that was on the other one, the one we serviced yesterday, that we've swapped 2 roofs around basically. But we've got an issue with the battery box here. But won't open, and we can't get into it. I think it's been caught and moved and twisted and so let's try and figure out how to get into here. First, I think we're going to try taking the top plate off. Hopefully the captive oh, come on. Oh no. Yeah, I'm pressed play now. So we've got 3 of them out. I'm hoping this does got 3 Allen keys at the back one. I'm hoping that it's not actually showing you anything, that is it? Wait till we get out at it. So it's off. The Allen keys only held like a rubber flap that covered that, but it hasn't really gained me any access. Right, okay. Bear with me. Don't want to damage this any further. Right. Feels like it's going, just not enough. That's gonna snap something. Right, I think I'm gonna have to try taking it off that end. I think. Right. You might actually be able to see what I'm doing. I can get the socket on. I just can't get to do anything with the socket. Right, okay. I'm gonna have to do a bit of head scratch and come back to you with this. Right, I think the easiest thing is take of course you can't get into there. Right, we see what I'm doing. We've got it back something like straight. We've got something to work with now. Do you want to see if I can do something just to repair that bit of damage there while it's off? Right, so we've this is our issue. So plate over here. Loads of holes drilled in it, loads of little bolts, all black, so it should hide it. Let's get it all drilled. We're actually going the other way. Focus. But I've just put 4 bolts in there, that'll hold it, and then we can get the rest of the room drilled out. Well, I don't think it's bad repair. We'll get it fitted again now. That's all back together. Also got the edge cuttings out of there. That was a bit of an arse to get back together. We're actually messing around with this at the moment. So somebody was asking, Sibby was asking about the tyres on this. Well, you've seen the little T5070. This is basically going to take over the majority of the work that the T5070 does. He's still keeping it, and it's going to be sort of like the backup and doing the sort of probably more of the mowing sort of work, and then this is going to take over on the hedge cutting and sort of heavier work. So the tyres were a bit of a thing. So it's actually on Michelin cargo bibs on the front and BKT Ride Max on the front. Essentially trailer tyres, but they'll work very well as flotation tyres, grass tyres. And that's kind of, this guy does a lot of sort of municipal sort of work where you can't go in with your standard agricultural tyres and make a mess. That's why it's on them tyres. So I think we've got it sorted. Had a bit of a wiring related issue. Control box not turning on, but it's on. Well, control box is on anyway.
The edge cutter, it's a PA 5570, it's 5.5 metre reach, 70 horsepower pumps, and it's also a BFR. Can never remember. Montford's one and McConnell's the other, and basically it's the variable forward arm on it. Adds just a bit of weight to the machine. I'm going to have a coffee while I'm waiting for him to get going. Done a few little jobs to this tractor, but I've not actually been out working with it. It's a bit light on the, I want some weights. Yeah, what is it? 560 on the front, 650 on the rear, I think. Well, it's off the ground. I want a bit of air in that tyre. As I said, this has been used on municipal work, so before he busts, the chances are tyre pressures have been kept quite low. We might want to be looking at putting some front weights on it. End up in a bloody tractor in a minute. Oh, he's in the tractor, he's in the tractor. Yeah, definitely want some front weights on it anyway. So of course this is the tractor that was doing the majority of the work. A little T5070. Again, this is on wide tyres. It actually has a selection of tyres. Set of knock-ins, set of normal agricultural tyres, but usually sits on these on all the knock-ins. So reason to upgrade, basically age and hours on this, but he still loves the tractor. So like I said, that's why the John Deere is going to take over a lot of this tractor's work. We have got a front PTO and front linkage to fit to the John Deere when it arrives. We'll do a video on that. Yeah, that's the story of why that John Deere sat on them big weird tyres. Because of the nature of the work it does, needs a small nimble tractor, but also being able to front top, hedge cut and varying things. So that's that question answered. Right, dinner time. So thought the tyre looked a bit soft. Thought we'd just check to see what it should be. I like to run these about 30-35 psi. I have just checked this, so I do know what it is. Why are you not working? Okay, that's not working now. But basically there's about 13 psi in it. There we are, 13.7. I think we'll put a bit in there. So it's now sitting a bit better on its tyres. So next job is the fancy box, unfortunately. We're finding it a little nose light, so unfortunately, oh, that doesn't work. Hold up. Right, Why do you keep running the nut up? Stop being a pain. Now what's up? So we've just been doing a bit of a wiring job. I'm hoping I've picked up off the right thing. Basically need a power feed up here for wiper motor. So found a good couple of leads there. Teed into them, heat shrinked them. So then we've got the wire that's going up the B pillar, then there, and I'm just going to put a bit of tape over them now just to seal them all back up and put the wiring loom back together. That's the plan. So that's that, just tidied up a bit. So I can go back down there now. Right, that can be covered up. Right, so we've got that. That's why they were just installed. This one was a previous install going down to a USB charger. That was pulling off the interior light. Won't be a big draw. That being a motor, I kind of get the feeling they'll have quite a decent draw on them. So right, okay. Right. Put all these little buggers back in. You can't really see what I'm doing, can you? Why won't cameras focus? So, yeah, these... Got to put these 6 back in. And then I'll explain about that bit there. So that's what them 2 holes on the front of the B pillar was for. Drilled them out, tapped them. I know it's cab structures, but they're only like M5 bolts. 2 of them in to hold that. To hold the monitor for the hedge cutter. That sits quite nicely there. It's out the way, but inside, easy to get the old stop on. So hopefully we're done in the cab of this thing now. Well, apart from at some point putting the what's the name on the wiper motor on, but it hasn't arrived, so it's difficult to install something that we haven't got. So I've not actually filmed any of this because it's doing my head in. All I want to do is wire up that little spotlight so that it shines back on the head when it's edge cutting in the dark. That is all the screws that come out the pegging roof. Well, actually, no, it's not all of them because we've not taken all of them out on the other side. Oh. We've got the second beacon pole in. That was quite a simple. Well, they put it plug and play in the cab, and then you've got to start wiring stuff on the pole. Only to find out that he's got some quite nice LED beacons that John Deere doesn't like. So I had lots of fun and games trying to thread the wire down there. It don't need to be a thin wire because it doesn't take a lot of draw for the LED spotlights. So I'm going to ignore up here now, get it all wired up here, and then I don't know where I'm going to pick a feed up for it. Oh. At least that bit's back on. Right. Okay. So we're done at this end now. Cable's going to come up through that gap there. Cable tied there on the joint. That's been properly heat shrinked up so it's all watertight. Especially important being where it is. So I'm band the cover back on there. And I just need to deal with that end up there. So that's it all sealed up. So like I said, we've taken the feed off here to do it. We've also, that wire was, that plug, that spotlight was out here, so I've cut that, brought that back into the cab interior where I think it's safer. So I just need to try and get the roof back on now. Marvellous. I don't think those bits might not have been impact certified. It survived. That's all that matters. One thing I am surprised, we've got all the bolts. Sounds a weird thing to say, but I did I had them all in there and dropped them all over the floor. And was convinced we were going to be short. But I've run out of holes, so oh dear. So I can't do this one-handed, so filtering, cover on, job's good. So that's it. It's all back together. Man work just for one little light, well, a beacon and a little work light, but it's all back together, it's all good. I have a crap load of crap to put away and the light is disappearing, so we're going to say grubby thumbs up on this one. We are done for today, see what happens tomorrow. Yeah, stay safe, stay well, look after yourself. Don't forget to go down the shop, give it a grubby thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. I'm done, well apart from packing up and getting home.